What's up? Alright, so this isn't a Brian Adams Truck Talks. This is Brian Adams Talks today. We're doing a Brian Adams Science Talks right now. So on Instagram I went and I had people send me questions, like stuff that you would like to hear me answer. Stuff that maybe you're curious about life, maybe something you want to know, something maybe you want to know about me, something you want to know my opinion on, maybe the meaning of something, just a question you couldn't grasp, if you wanted some knowledge or something, I would, I really, I could answer that for you. So I'm glad I actually got some really badass questions. I got some, is that a cuss word? Badass? I'm being family friendly. I'm not gonna cuss because I want to be monetized. I want to be monetized. So, this is Brian Adams Talks. So, I have two questions. I'm probably gonna only be able to answer two, but they were some good ones. There were some really good ones. So, I think I'm gonna limit myself to 30 minutes, but dude, if this was your guys' question, I'm just telling you, it was good. It was good. So, the first question was, what was the most valuable thing you learned in high school? Like, the most valuable life lesson you learned in high school? And, dude, I learned a couple. Like, in high school, there was... Actually, the thing with high school is that it's a very important place for character development. It's very important for character development. I think high school, like if you're homeschooled or something, you probably should try not to be homeschooled. Try to get out there and go to high school and deal with all these people, because you're literally going to have such bad experiences and you're going to have such good experiences, but you can't shelter yourself. You have to just go out there and get it, because dude, high school I learned so much. I had just these bad experiences, these good, a lot of bad, dude. A lot of bad. I guess I'll start off with a couple of bad ones, and then I'll kind of work my way and just see what direction that goes in. But I'm just trying to think of stuff off the top of my head. One thing that I learned, trying to think of one of the lessons that's not very typical, but maybe something if you guys are in high school you could learn this, is, dude, so many people are afraid to be themselves. So many people are scared to be them. And I think if you learn not to be afraid who you are, I feel like people will respect you for that. And that's not just high school, that's this world, that's this earth. I think that's something important that you guys might want to know, that, if you're young, and I'll give a couple examples. I remember in high school, a lot of the kids, at least when I was in high school, maybe they're it's only been a couple of years, they still dress like this. You wear the skinny jeans, you wear the Vans, you shave the hair off the side of your head, shit like that. And I remember I never dressed like that. I always kind of had my own style, and there were a couple other people, they kind of had their own style and stuff. And the thing is, it's crazy because sometimes at first I would feel a little risky, and I would be like, man, I'm wearing something different. This is really different. A lot of people don't wear that. A lot of people don't wear this. And I used to, get kind of nervous sometimes. I'd be like, man, is this, what's going to happen? Am I going to get picked on? Is somebody going to do something? But I kept, I kept developing my own style and going in my own direction. And then eventually people started to like it. People started to dig it. And people started... Because I dressed like the 50s. I would dress like the 50s. I'd slick my hair back. I would dude, I'd wear freaking PF flyers. I was sick, dude. I would wear like these Ray-Bans, bro, like these 1950s like style Ray-Bans. I was so cool looking. I was really cool looking, but you know, kids would pick on you. Some kids would come and try to pick on you, but the thing is, it's just insane. Because this ties in with another thing. This is like self confidence, not caring what people think, fashion, bro. It's like kind of crazy because, like, the way that I reacted when, like, kids would, like, come and try to pick on me, like, kids would be like, ew, what is that? What are you wearing? What is that? Ugh, like, ooh, you buy that at the thrift store? Because when I was in high school, thrifting wasn't cool yet. You know, and they're like, oh, like, well, it started to be cool later, but they're like, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, blah, blah, blah. They'd start making fun of me. Why are you dressing like that? You know, and I'd just be like, you just kind of are like, dude, are you wearing the clothes? Like, is it you who are wearing them? Like, I don't know. Like, you're wearing the clothes that you like. Like, I don't know. You're not wearing it. Why do you care? You know, you just kind of like, just kind of tell them, like, dude, like, why? Like, what? Are you gay? You're looking at me? Like, you know, like, you kind of do that. And then, like, slowly it goes away. It goes away. And then people started to like that shit. No, oh my gosh. You can bleep it out? People started to like that. And it was like, it was like, it was really crazy to feel that, like, to feel celebrated, like, because people seen you and they're like, that guy dresses different. I wouldn't wear that, but that guy dresses different, and that's cool. And dude, people respect you for being brave. People respect you for being an individual. People respect you for being different, because this is a world where everybody is afraid to be different. Everybody's afraid to be different. And it's kind of sad, but it's because people are dicks. And they scare you, you know? And it's like, you can't... Individuality is kind of like frowned upon sometimes, and it's a little sad, but in the end you will be respected for it. So, that's one thing. Another thing is, like, dude, just, like, not reacting, you know, negatively. Like, you just have to blow it off, bro. Like, there's haters, and I guess another thing I learned in high school is some people just aren't worth your time. I learned that when I was in drama. I learned a lot of stuff because I was in drama club. I used to be in plays and stuff, you know, like stuff like that. I was in drama club. And it was fun. It was really fun. It was so fun. We used to do plays, and dude, it was crazy. Like, backstage, you know, you would go backstage and they would have Christmas lights so you could see where you're going. It was like so nostalgic, bro. You feel the cold air. There were people, like, there were girls you thought were hot. You know, there were girls you thought were hot, and it was, like, exciting to, like, you know, be around them. And then there were people who were dicks, and you could argue with them. And there were guys that you were friends, and you could mess around. You could mess around backstage. You'd be, oh, the teacher's coming. You know, you would stop. It was insane. Like, dude, some kids egged it one time. They egged the back of it. It was, like, it was really fun, dude. It was so fun. And then there were the drama festivals, dude. Like, one time I was in a drama festival, bro. It's called D-Task. It's like a competition, dude. And, dude, people loved our scene, and people were, like, following us around. Like, people liked our little scene that we had going, and people were following us around, dude. They were like, oh, who are you, dude? All these, like, you know, like girls were like, oh, like they liked me, you know? Like, it was insane. Like, I felt famous, bro. Like, I knew how it felt to be famous. Like, I know I wasn't, but there I was. Everybody knew who I was. It was insane. It was kind of crazy because it's like you're a drama nerd, but like you're being treated like you're a celebrity. It feels really good, but some people aren't humble. Some people don't know that they're not celebrities. Like, in drama, a lot of people would forget that, hey, you're not a celebrity, you're a drama nerd. You're, like, just a guy. Like, me, I had fun and I did it, but, dude, I never thought I was above anybody. I never thought, like, I talked to anybody, dude. I never thought I was above anybody. And that's the thing, is in drama, you would have people and they were above you. Or, like, you know, they believed they were. And there were some people, they were just, like, They were stuck up, man. There were some people, they were just stuck up. There were people who wouldn't talk to you. There were people who they were very like two-faced. It was weird because like if other people seemed to like you, then they liked you. Like if you were the shit, you were the shit. But if you're just like an everyday guy, or you just do drama for fun, or like something like that, like if you weren't like a super dedicated like weirdo about it, like dude, they would like kind of like excommunicate you, like you didn't feel like you were part of it. Like they treated you lower. And once I started to notice that, I remember I slowly started to see it more and more. I slowly started to see it because at first I seen them do it to the other people. And I was like, well, they're just not cool enough, blah blah blah. And then later on I realized, I'm like, hey, those people are just like there's like they're the same. These people are just treating them different, and that's not right. I started to realize, like, hey, like, that's not right to have cool kids and not cool kids and make the kids, like, feel like they're not part of it. Like, I started to see that more and more, and I started to see them, like, the way they treated them and the way they talked about them and the way they made fun of them and the way they thought about them. And I was like, I started to realize, because I was self-aware. I knew, I'm like, dude, I'm in high school. I'm literally doing high school plays. I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not. And those people didn't know that. Some of them still don't know that. Some of them are going to freaking college and they still think they're a celebrity, bro. Little do they know. It's just crazy. And it's crazy because the first stage was they were doing it to other people. And I was awesome. Everybody loved me. And then it got to the point, then they kind of started to get jealous of me because, dude, I used to get the parts, bro. I was pretty good at what I did, and I started to get the parts, and, like, it's high school, so don't think, oh, he's full of himself. Dude, I know it's high school, but I was good at it. And, dude, some of them, like, they were pretty jealous, and they were like, no, I want to have that part. I want to have that part. No, he's not worthy of the part. And, dude, they started battering me down, and they made me feel like I sucked. And it kind of was bad because what other people were saying about me made me feel like it was true. Like, because everybody said it. And I think it's kind of sad. That other people can do that to you. I think it's kind of sad that, they start talking about you and they start talking to you and they say, you suck, you shouldn't have this part, you're not good enough, you shouldn't even be here, why are you in drama, your movements aren't clean, your movements are like, they would say I sucked and I was sloppy and I didn't remember my lines, and dude, it was all lies. That's the thing, is it was all lies. And it was kind of sad, like, that they could do that to you because they were jealous. And then there were other things like, dude, another thing is, I talked to everybody. I didn't ignore people. There were a couple times, I'm not gonna lie, like, I did. There was like a split second I kind of started to fall into that. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, oh, these guys are gonna think I'm weird, like, if I hang out with, like, oh, the weird kids or whatever. I fell into that. I was being a jerk. I was a jerk a couple times, but once I seen that, I was like, dude, like, this isn't it, and I changed it, and I talked to everybody. I wasn't a drama kid. I was just a guy, and like I did it because I thought it was fun, but I didn't identify as that. Like, I didn't go and like think of myself as that and treat people different. Like, I was me, dude, and I don't think they like that. And it kind of sucks because you have all these people and you think they're your friends. That's the thing, is you think they're truly your friends. And it kind of hurt me a little bit because they were my friends at one time. And then, like, they get popular and they forget. Like, who their friends are, and they make new friends, and it just kind of sucks because I had a couple guys I really thought they were like pals. I thought they were like truly my friends, and no, you know, once they're the shit and they find out you're not the shit, that's it. You know, that's it. And it's just crazy because like having people do that to you and like finding out, hey, these people are fake, like, you know, because at first I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be cool like them. I wanted to be what they wanted because they weren't treating me the same, and I thought it was my fault why they weren't treating me the same. But then I figured out like it's them, you know, and like people are like that. There are so many people who want to drag you down and stuff, and you have to realize like, man, like you like I guess through that like I learned like, hey, you can't go around trying to please everybody, you know, and you can't go around like right there, you can't go around like trying to be the shit. Like if they don't want, if they're not going to treat you the way that you want, if they're not going to treat you that way, it's fine. Find yourself people who are going to treat you that way, or treat you like, you know, the way that you deserve to be. Because dude, if people are gonna be like that to you, if people are gonna be fake, if people aren't gonna be genuine, if people are gonna treat you like less than, if people aren't gonna treat you like part of the group, if you feel excluded, go find a group that won't make you feel like that. Because they're not the only group. That's not all there is. Because I had that happen to me a couple times in high school, but it hurts a lot less when you don't step on your pride trying to make them happy. Like if you don't step on, and like, because dude, they're not going to treat you any different if they're, whatever the reason is, if they don't like you or if they try to bring you down, or if they like, if they're jealous, if whatever, you know, like it's really like there are people out there that will appreciate you. So don't step on your pride trying to be what they want, because that's going to hurt your pride and that's going to hurt you. Trying to be what other people want you to be. If you're just yourself, there's somebody out there that likes that. There's people out there who will appreciate you if you are yourself. And that's another lesson I learned. Like, if you're not what people want, just go away. You know, like in social circumstances, if you're really not what somebody wants, then don't be there. Don't step on your pride and try to be there, because you're gonna regret it. But you could learn from it. You could either listen to me, or you could just see how bad it hurts, you know. And that goes for other things, like especially individuals, bro. Like I would have teachers. This happened to me a couple times. I would have some teachers, and I thought they were so cool. I thought they were really badass. I had a couple teachers, like, I thought they were great. Like, I thought they were really interesting people. I liked them. Like, I don't know, like, I wanted them to like me because I seen, like, they liked other people, and I wanted them to like me. And I remember, like, I would try and stuff, and it was weird because, like, I had an auto teacher, dude. And that guy, like, he didn't not like me. Like, he didn't do anything to me, but, like, you could just tell he just didn't care for me. And the way, like, he made his class, like, he was, like, the most interesting guy in the world, and he was so cool, and, like, you know, I felt that way. I'm like, dude, this guy's cool. Why doesn't he like me? You know, why doesn't this guy like me? And, you know, I came to realize I can't be mad at him for not liking me. I can't be, like, mad at him for treating me different like that. Like, and I'm not saying, like, he was mean. He just didn't, like, he just liked other people, you know? And it's kind of weird because I used to be kind of butthurt because I'm like, why doesn't he like me? What's wrong with me, you know? Like, because you're a kid, you know? You're, like, 17, 16, so you think that. And I realized, like, you know, and then eventually in life I realized, like, there's people out there. I realized it after high school, but I realized, like, there's people who liked me. There's people who love me. There's people who hate me. But like it doesn't matter, like, like that teacher didn't like me, because there's like 10 teachers that do, and there's 10 teachers where I'm that guy, and there's 10 teachers who are probably thinking about me like, man, that was a cool ass student. He's just one guy, dude. And also another thing is the people who he treated differently, like nice, like the people who he was cool to, dude, they all ended up like eventually in life, like I seen like later on, they ended up being really shitty people. So I noticed like, hey, this guy has bad taste in people. Because dude, I'm telling you, they ended up being like bad people, dude. Like they like I seen it. Like they ended up being like you know like not good. Like backstabbers, or like just weird or something like that. So it's like he had bad taste in people. Like a lot of them were like they were kind of nasty people. That's the word I have to describe it. Like they turned out to be nasty people. So it's kind of like cool, because I that's where I realized like he didn't like me, but the like he just has different taste, and I can't be, not everybody's gonna like me, and you just have to accept that. I learned that. Um, yeah, I learned that. You just like, it's a lot of self acceptance. It's a lot of confidence. It's a lot like, your pride, and you can't chase after things like that. I learned a lot about self respect. So high school is a big deal, man. Like there's times like you get challenges, dude. There's times you get scared. Like, dude, I remember there was this like there were times I almost got in fights. I never did get in a fight, but there's times I almost did, and I kind of just I kind of found my balls a little bit. You know, there's times where I found my balls. There's times where I was scared. There's times where I realized like, hey, this isn't that big of a deal. Like if I could go back in time, like maybe I wouldn't be so afraid of the principal, or I wouldn't be so afraid. Dude, I would have fucked around more if I was if I could do it all over again. There's different things I would have said to people, but it's just like, dude, just trust in the way that things go, and you'll develop as a person. Like that's it. So, I guess basically what I learned is, I'm trying to find words for it because this is like really important. Basically what I learned is you there are people out there that are worth your time, and there are people out there that are going to help you grow, and there are people out there that are meant, for you to be with and like be friends with and stuff like that. And I think kind of the basis of it is, if there's something like, I heard that, if there's somebody who like doesn't like you, and even if it's somebody who's freaking awesome in your eyes, a hero, a role model, somebody awesome, if it's somebody who doesn't like you, or somebody you can't go, or somebody who's not going to treat you like the way that you need to be treated, the way that you deserve, you kind of have to you can't live your life trying to be what they want, because there's people out there who want what you are, and who enjoy what you are and love what you are. See, there's a girl who doesn't like you. That's a girl who doesn't like you, but somewhere out in this world, a thing that exists is a girl that does like you. Is a girl that does love you, a girl that, like, you're capable of having a relationship with. So, like, say something doesn't work out with the girl, you can't try to be what she wants. You have to, there's somebody out there who wants what you are. Say you have a friend group, and these guys you know, like they don't treat you like you belong. Because I had that happen to me a lot in high school. A lot. And it makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel really bad because you feel weird. What's wrong with me? Why don't these guys like me? But it's because you're hanging out with the wrong guys. It's not that there's anything wrong with you. You're just hanging out with the wrong guys. You're talking to the wrong girl. You're like, you know, because that happened to me. And I remember, like, they would be like, oh, we're going to take a group picture. Here's the phone, Brian. I was never in a group picture. Do you know how fucking bad that hurts my pride? Do you know how bad that hurts? You know? Oh, like, I was in none of the pictures. All the girls, like, I remember I hung out with these one guys, dude. All the girls would hug all the guys except for me. I didn't belong there, and it felt so bad, and it took me a little bit to stop hanging out with those guys, but just because the thing that, like, you know, that, like, just because you don't belong somewhere, that doesn't mean anything. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Because there's, like, a fire belongs in a fireplace, bro. And if you're fire and you start a fire in a house, well, you don't belong there and people are going to start putting you out, right? But then, like, you know, if you're a fire in a fire, if somebody lights it in the fireplace, people value it and people love it. You need to be, or like, say you're ice. Nobody wants ice in a fireplace, but people want ice in their drinks. People want ice in their Pepsi. You know what I mean? Like, somebody wants you, but you can't focus trying to, like, you can't focus on the people who don't want you, because then you're focusing on, you know, the stuff that doesn't matter. You're focusing on the stuff you shouldn't, and you won't be happy that way. If you're not accepted somewhere, go away, because there's definitely somewhere where you are. I assure you. So don't feel that way. You get rejected, you get hurt, you get something, don't dwell on it. Don't let it crush you, because, dude, not everybody's gonna like you. You know, especially if you're somebody like me who just wants that. You know, who wants everybody to like you. Not everybody will. Because not everybody's like you, and just go around people who value you, because you deserve that. That's what I learned. What am I at?
6 minutes.
Alright. I'll just kick it off with the work ratio, bro. Okay, so my friend Om Doggy, bro, Big Homie Eats, fellow YouTuber, he sent in a question, and I thought this question was really good, because this is a question that I've thought of a lot, if I understood the question right. And this question is, what is the perfect work to relax ratio, assuming you have infinite money? And I think that's a really good question, because that's something that I've thought about before. That's something that I think, even if you don't think you've thought about it, you've thought about it. And basically what the question is asking is, to be happy, how much do you have to work, and how much do you have to relax to be happy? Because if you've noticed, I'm pretty sure there's, like, you know, exceptions, but if you've noticed, any human, if you work too much, you're unhappy. And if you don't work enough, you're unhappy. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's like, if you don't have a job, you start to feel worthless. You know, like, you kind of, because I've had that, like, I haven't worked for a couple months, and I start to feel bored, and I don't have a purpose, and I start to feel, like, really, like, like I'm not doing anything and life's like passing me by because like you don't. And also this another thing is the infinite money. I'm pretty sure he said it because like say like to exclude the factor of like I need money, because some people would say, well, work 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 because I need the money. But see, this is just because I feel like your time off wouldn't have any value if all your time was time off. So I think at the moment, excluding sleep, I would say on an average day, like excluding weekends, I would say my work to relax ratio is about 40-60. So 40 relax, 60 work. Because, and I'm just saying that because, yeah, I work an 8-hour day and I sleep about 6, 7, but I drive 4 hours, you know? So that's like, that takes a lot of your time away, and I wake up early and I don't really get my free time. My free time stops at 2 o'clock when I wake up. I get ready and I go, and my freedom starts about 2:30 on average, like 2:30 or 3, 2:33, and then I go to sleep about like freaking 7, average 7, sometimes 6, sometimes 8. So don't do construction, guys, because it can be miserable. But don't do construction. But I was thinking I'm not really too happy this way because like I think I work a lot and it kind of sucks because I do have free time. I have weekends. I have like a couple hours at the end of the day, but I don't I don't have enough to really get anything going, to do anything. I don't really have enough time to like really get something going and enjoy it start to finish. I have times where I can have a good weekend, or I could have a good nap, or I could eat a good dinner or something like that, but I don't really have like I can't like have my free time like have a flow, like a life flow, like a purpose to it, or like something constant that I'm doing. It's all just bits of free time. So I don't think mine like 60-40 is good. I would say I don't know, because it's weird because people who work too much are miserable and people who don't work enough are miserable. I think I would say a good work to relax ratio, if I was going to design one, because the thing is you have to work. Humans are meant to do something like that. Humans are meant to grind. And I don't mean like in a capitalist society like this, like work in a factory or build buildings or like do something crazy like that. Like I think, but you were meant to just do something. You were meant to do something. That's how we've survived for millions of years. So, or thousands of years. I don't know how long humans have been around. But, you know, I would say if I could have like a work to relax ratio, like if I really was going to design my life, I would have it, I think I would have like 3 weeks work, 3 weeks play. Like I would have like 3 weeks, like, and I know this is unrealistic, but I'm just saying, like, really, if I think like if I could be happy, like if I would be happiest, like the way that I would design my life, like in a perfect world, if money wasn't an object and I could just like work when I want and not work when I want, I would work 3 weeks and have 3 weeks off. So maybe like, I don't know, dude. I would say that's like 30-70 because you have the time like after you work and stuff. But I think 3 weeks is enough to get something going, but not so long to where you start to like like not be happy anymore because you're not working. So I would say if I could design a perfect work to relax ratio, I'd do 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. Because you could go somewhere, you could travel somewhere, but you would still have the money. I know money's not an object, but well, you would just still be able to, like, because he said if you had infinite money in the thing, if you had infinite money, so dude, you could go travel somewhere, and then you would come home and you would kind of have a purpose and have something to do, and have something to be proud of yourself for. So, dude, if I could literally be a construction worker 3 weeks and then not be a construction worker 3 weeks, I would be happiest. But we'll see how my life goes. We'll see if YouTube takes off, because then I could do that, right? I could record videos for 3 weeks straight, just grind. I hope I could do that, but I think to me that's my perfect like work to play, because I can't get anything going right now. That's the thing, is I would just want something long enough to where I could achieve a goal on my time off, but then work enough to where I feel like I'm doing something with my life, like I have a purpose. Because right now I'm proud of myself for doing what I do. I'm 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 grinding. I'm in good physical shape. I have a lot of pride. I push myself. I'm doing a lot of stuff that's good for my mental health, but it's kind of miserable, like having such a work dedicated life, like as a construction worker. So I have a lot of pride, but not really a lot of like things that make me happy. I don't get to enjoy the things I love. I don't get to enjoy my girlfriend very much. I don't get to play guitar very much. I don't get to see my friends. I gotta be in bed by 7 or I'm gonna feel like crap the next day. So it's like enough time to where you can live, but it's not enough to where you can really like do something with your time. Your time is just kind of there. So the miserable life of a construction worker. But I would say, I don't know, I would just like to see my girlfriend and see my girlfriend more or something. So I would say 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off would be the perfect work play ratio. Alright. Hey, if you guys like the video and stuff, thank you for watching. If you got to this point, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed it, or if you guys could relate, or if you learned something, or if you want to take some of my life lessons or something like that, I'm 19, but I know some stuff. So if you guys got to this point and you enjoyed the video, please just please subscribe, maybe share it with some people, share it with someone who you think would help, and yeah, thank you.